the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 1019 100.5, 1450 WGNSSports.com and BigGTV.
Back on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, and this segment brought to you by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, the largest, most comprehensive orthopedic surgery group in Middle Tennessee. Find out more at TOA.com. Talking Eagleville football this morning. The Eagles 32-0 winners over Zion Christian last night. Floyd Walker, good morning, sir.
Good morning, brother. Appreciate you having us on this morning.
You bet. Glad to have you here. Zion Christian, where do they play?
They're in Columbia. They've got their own facilities, and they've got some nice facilities on their campus too. So it's a private school over in Columbia. I don't know what their school enrollment is, but it's not a bad trip for us. It's not a bad trip for our fans. So. And I think our kids enjoyed playing over there last night.
I've seen them play MTCS and other sports and PCA. They're not in that league, though, I don't think.
I'm not sure which league they fall under, but they do have a lot of quality teams over there other than football. So,
well, the first half, I think what was it? Ugly. I think that's what I saw.
But let's talk about the most important thing is before we get to the ugly one.
Win.
Well, hey, it started with a state volleyball championship.
Well, we can do that too.
So we're all extremely pleased about our volleyball team and Coach Fries and their girls. So we just want to make sure we congratulate them, and our kids got to go at least watch a couple of matches or whatever they call sets. Is that what they call volleyball? Is it sets?
You know more than me.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know, but it was a big time for Eagleville to win that first volleyball state championship. But as you said, and then the football game kicked off, and it got ugly for about a half. Yeah, it may have been Halloween night. I don't know.
Yeah, well, maybe they get that out of your system, and don't have to worry about Halloween.
Hopefully we did.
But kids responded, obviously, in the second half. I think you were up by one score at halftime?
I think it was 7-0 at halftime, somewhere in that neighborhood. But we didn't play bad. We just penalties and a lot of different individual mistakes and what we call self-inflicted wounds. We moved the ball. We stopped them defensively. But we just weren't consistent and able to finish off things. And we kind of settled down, woke up, and found our footing in the second half.
Well, I'm not sure how many first half yards Jonathan Jordan had, but he certainly had plenty for the game.
Yeah, he had several yards in the first half, but the thing about him was he may even had 2 touchdowns called back because of penalties. But Jonathan's done extremely well for us. We're excited about the year that he's had, and we're excited about the year that Thomas Solomon has had because it's a 1-2 punch.
Yeah. That has to be frustrating, though, if you have, 2 first half touchdowns kind of called back by penalty.
Yeah. You ought to see how frustrating it is for a coach.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But, I mean, those kids, they play hard. I mean, and that's the whole thing about it is I can't complain about their effort because they're giving you what they have. And holding's going to be called, and you can deal with the holdings. You wish that you didn't get them, but the thing about them is they happen. They kill drives. Down the distance doesn't go in your favor, and it becomes an obstacle to overcome.
We've heard this about the holding penalty that you could call it every time,
right?
But I heard a coach describe it, and what they were talking about is you kind of almost plan on 1 out of every 6 plays, run plays or whatever or whatnot, probably having a holding penalty.
And the thing about it, most of the time it's called on the outside of your offensive line. But a lot more of it goes on in the inside of it, with those big body people. But I mean, it's just part of the game, and it's part of those deals where if you're a kid, or if you're a coach or a football team, you got to learn how to, let it go, overcome it, and move on to the next play.
I mean, that's not really one of the. I know you can coach the fundamentals and how not to hold and this, that, and the other. But I mean, in the course of a game, you've got one job to do, and maybe the quarterback stays in the pocket 5 seconds longer, and you're trying to give him room. Those kinds of things happen, and that's why I guess you say that you can you can live with some of those because those are hustle plays.
Yeah, that's hustle plays, but most of the time what happens on the holding is you're blocking somebody, your back is to the ball. You don't know where the ball carrier is going, but the defense has their eyes on them, and when the ball redirects, they got to redirect too, and you just kind of get out of position. And I understand that
Dragon's
because
roar echoes like
we
thunder.
talk about defensive
Zip past its
defensive
fire, or
teams
distract
practice
with a
well,
shine.
and they're going to
What's
win
your
some
plan
snaps.
to survive this?
We just got to be able to let it go, move on, and hope it don't happen on the next play.
Kind of like that movie, right? Let it go.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't like the book.
Yeah,
let them, right?
Let's not sing though. We're not going to sing. But you mentioned Thomas last night as well. Almost 100 yards for him and 11 carries. 11 carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown, and got it. Throw Mr. Puffer in there as well. He only had two catches?
Two catches.
One for a TD.
Yeah, we hit him on a go route for a touchdown, and he's played well the last two games. And you know, we probably need to start getting the ball a little bit more to him, a little bit more to Marshall Fields, and you know, his name's not on the stat sheet, but I thought that Carter Blair is starting to step up and make some plays for us as a receiver too. So we're starting to establish some things in the pass game, and I think we're going to have to do that as we move forward.
Floyd Walker here with us this morning as we talk about Eagleville football. You did pitch the shutout last night, and we thought we would look on the defensive side to have our SM Concrete solid performer be Aiden Vestal. 5 tackles, forced fumble, sack.
Yeah, but Vestal, he plays hard. It gives you, I mean, he runs wide open, or as they say, his motor runs hot.
Yeah.
All right, and we thought that he really did a good job last night of creating some defensive stops for us. I think I know one time he did a super job on the quarterback, and I don't know, he may even knock the quarterback out, and you don't want anybody to get hurt, but I thought he did a great job of trying to be physical and play physical last night for us.
So this was a non-league game, non-region game. How many of those do you have to have in the season?
It's based off of how many teams are in your region.
Right.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. What do we have? 16 regions, 17 regions?
Okay, yeah.
So you take us out. So I think we had 4 or 5 non-region games somewhere in that neighborhood. And as we've talked about before, the states set your region schedules, and they set the dates for those region games, and then you have to fill in those slots with non-region teams.
And hopefully they spread those out enough where some teams are playing region, and then you can find other opponents.
Right. It's kind of like last night. We had a non-region game, but the big game in our region was Fayetteville City at Richland last night, and they played last night, and so we got to get a win, and one of those two teams had to get a loss. So it kind of starts to clear up the playoff picture a little bit more for you too.
Well, let's talk about that because we've got 1 week left in the regular season and then playoffs, and you play at Fayetteville on Halloween night.
Right.
Boy, that sounds like the start of a spooky book.
Yeah, let's hope not. I've already had one of those. I had one of those last night, so we let's hope not.
So you play Fayetteville. What do you need to do to ensure the best playoff possibilities?
I mean, we need to win. If we can win, we'll either finish first or finish second. Richland will have to have another loss for us to finish first, but we can't finish second and possibly host a playoff game at our place. So that's what's on the table for us this coming week.
That's a lot to play for.
It really is. It really is. And I think our kids will accept that challenge. Well, we know we'll have to go back on the road and go down to Fayetteville City. It'll probably be senior night for them. So they'll have a little extra motivation for it. And they'll be playing for an opportunity for second place to host a playoff game as well. So it ought to be a fun night if you're a competitor.
And since, you know, that school, whatever they did down in Lincoln County to create that, and that smaller city school, I guess they're their own. So I don't know how.
I don't know.
But they've kind of become quite a rival for Eagleville.
They really have
in all sports.
In all sports. I mean, especially when you start talking about football, basketball, and girls basketball. They've been highly competitive. They've been a thorn in our side. I know in basketball, I know they have in football, but it's one of those deals where you like to play against good people. I mean, and they're going to present a challenge for us, and it ought to be, like I said, a very, very fun, competitive competitive night for both teams.
You know, they really have had a rich tradition in Lincoln County at the Lincoln County High School, and then Fayetteville came around, and then Lincoln County had, you know, slowly been coming back, and they're having a good season down there. So I mean, they're really that is a football area.
It really is. I mean, you think about it, you talking about Lincoln County and their history, and Fayetteville City has won a state championship as well.
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations where they take a lot of pride in their football program in that county, and we take a lot of pride in ours here at Eagleville. So again, it ought to be two real, you know, quality football teams competing against one another with an opportunity to host a playoff game.
And I can't tell you how big that is to have the opportunity to host a playoff game.
Well, when you start talking about 1A football, I mean, you get to host a game, or you get to hop on the bus for 2.5, 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, whenever you have an opportunity to play and not ride, you'd rather sleep in your own bed and get in your own bed early on Friday night.
Well, let's hope that the longest trip in the next couple of weeks for you guys is to Fayetteville.
True. That's what we're shooting for.
Yeah. All right, Floyd. Appreciate you coming in this morning.
Thank you, Brian, man. Appreciate y'all having me.
Absolutely. Floyd Walker here with us on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Parks Auction Company. Let their team of experienced and professionally trained staff utilize the auction process to sell your property. Find out more at parksauction.com.